What I'm about to share is Judge Frank Caprio's most heartbreaking case, one that left the entire courtroom in tears and forever changed the way people understand courage. A 10-year-old girl named Sofia Ramirez stands before the judge, defending her family's unpaid traffic fines, and when Judge Caprio learns why this brave young girl is speaking for her parents, his response becomes one of the most beautiful moments of compassion you will ever witness. Sofia's story is devastating, yet Judge Caprio's reaction restores faith in humanity and reveals what justice looks like when guided by love. As this fearless child faces the American legal system to protect her family, the events that follow become unforgettable. Before sharing this life-changing story, I ask you to subscribe because this message of courage and compassion deserves to reach everyone, and I'm curious where you're watching from right now. Whether you're on your phone during lunch, on a laptop at home, or listening during a drive, have you ever seen a child show more courage than adults? Comment your city and how you're watching, because Sofia's bravery will inspire people everywhere, from Chicago to Toronto and beyond. This is not just a courtroom case, it is a story of sacrifice, love, and the power of family to overcome fear. On a quiet Tuesday morning in March at Providence Municipal Court, Judge Caprio reviews his docket and notices an unusual case, the Ramirez family, with unpaid violations totaling $420 and a note explaining they speak limited English. The courtroom settles into its usual rhythm until 10:45 a.m. when the BA calls the case, and instead of adults approaching, a small girl steps forward. Wearing a pressed school uniform and clutching a manila folder like a treasure, Sofia walks with determination while her frightened parents, Maria and Carlos, follow hesitantly behind her. Despite her size, Sofia's presence commands the room as she approaches the bench with translated documents, carefully prepared notes, and a desperate hope to protect her family. Her father has accumulated multiple citations while working 2 jobs, expired registration, a broken tail light, parking violations, each one another burden on their fragile American dream. As Sofia steps forward, the clerk calls the Ramirez family, surprised to see a child leading the way while her overwhelmed parents stand back. Judge Caprio softens immediately at the sight of her. When he asks for her name, she responds clearly, "My name is Sofia Elena Ramirez, Your Honor. I am here to speak for my parents." When he asks her age, she says proudly that she is 10 and will turn 11 soon, and the courtroom falls silent, realizing they are witnessing something extraordinary. When asked why she is speaking for her parents, Sofia explains that her parents work very hard but struggle with English, afraid they might say something wrong that could cause trouble for the family. She, however, understands English better and wants to help them. She explains her father's brutal schedule, restaurant work from morning to afternoon, then cleaning offices until midnight, and presents documents with the organization of a trained assistant. When asked who helped her prepare, she says she did it herself, inspired by her teacher Mrs. Johnson, staying after school for 3 days to make everything perfect. Judge Caprio glances at her parents, who watch their daughter with pride and fear. Then he gently asks the question everyone is wondering: why are her parents so afraid? Sofia explains with heartbreaking honesty that her parents came to America for a better life but fear authorities because they worry one wrong word could get them removed. She reveals their immigration process, presenting documents from their lawyer, Mr. Peterson, showing they are applying for asylum because dangerous men in their home country threatened her and her little brother Miguel after her father reported crimes to the police. She even includes her report card, straight A's and perfect attendance, explaining that her family pays taxes, follows the rules, and works hard, but sometimes car regulations are confusing when you are exhausted. When asked what she wants to be, Sofia says she wants to be a lawyer to help other families like hers so no child has to speak for their parents out of fear. The courtroom is visibly moved. Judge Caprio rises, walks to the front, and tells Sofia she is incredibly brave. He asks her to tell her parents in Spanish that they have nothing to fear in his courtroom and that they are welcome here. Her parents cry as she translates. Judge Caprio tells them they are exactly the kind of family America needs: hardworking, loving, raising a brilliant daughter with dreams and courage. Then, in a moment the courtroom will never forget, he dismisses the violations entirely and calls their immigration lawyer, personally recommending their asylum case. He asks Sophia to return in a year with her report card to show how her family is doing. As the family leaves the courtroom, strangers approach them offering help. Mrs. Chen offers Maria cleaning work, Dr. Williams offers Carlos a job, and Mrs. Johnson brings books and support for Sophia's goal of becoming a lawyer. Their story spreads across Providence, leading to news interviews and overwhelming community support. 1 year later, Sophia returns, taller, confident, and no longer carrying fear but pride. Her family has been granted asylum. She presents straight A's again, plus leadership roles and achievements. Her father speaks English to thank Judge Caprio, and her mother proudly explains that Sophia teaches them English every night. She shows a scholarship acceptance to a gifted summer law program at Brown University, granted because of her moving essay about helping immigrant families. Judge Caprio then announces a new scholarship created by the Providence Bar Association, the Sophia Ramirez Future Advocate Scholarship, named after her. He reminds the courtroom that Sophia showed the true meaning of being American: courage, loyalty, hard work, and hope. She kept her promise, and now America has kept its promise to her family, proving that dreams fueled by bravery really can come true.